Hello, my name is Blake Ferguson, and I'm going to define curriculum. This is for EDS 708, and this is module number 2. My interpretation, the first interpretation that I have for curriculum is that it is an agreed upon set of standards and goals that outline certain knowledge and skills that specifically guide the education process in a school. Notice that underlined guide. It is my understanding that this is the basic explanation of what I think curriculum is. It's a guide to what is being taught. Interpretation number 2. Curriculum is what guides us in our everyday teaching. Curriculum validates the content that is being taught in the classroom. The day-to-day instruction varies from teacher to teacher. However, it's the curriculum that drives instruction and makes the instruction valid. The content that we're covering every day comes from the curriculum, and we know that it's valid because the curriculum tells us that it is. My interpretation number 3, curriculum is an evolving and changing guide that should reflect real-world and cultural applications that contribute to a well-rounded education. As I discussed in one of my posts, cultural influence is a big part of curriculum. Our rural setting where I taught was emphasized agriculture education. This was what was considered thriving in our community. So my interpretation is something that cultural really should influence part of the curriculum. All right, here are recent research interpretations. This one's from L.H. Flake. Curriculum is the content of what is being taught, and instruction is the implementation of teaching according academic curriculum. Curriculum takes the role of a parent who is independent and may function without instruction, whereas academic instruction is inherently dependent upon curriculum, much like a child is dependent upon a parent. Curriculum provides direction for instruction, since instruction is the method of delivering academic curriculum. Instruction may exist without curriculum, but would serve no direct purpose. Curriculum and instruction must be compatible and maintain a close relationship in order to maximize student learning. My takeaway from this article was the example about the parent, or they said a parent, which they're meaning curriculum, who is independent and may function without a child. However, a child, which they're talking about instruction, is completely dependent on the parent, which is the curriculum. The next one from S.M. Lau, interpretation number 2. There's 9 here. I'm only going to highlight a few of those for time's sakes. Number 1, creative and flexible approaches to learning and teaching. It's important to have that curriculum to be creative, that applies to many different learning styles, and flexible, which means us teachers should be able to somewhat interpret what's happening as far as curriculum goes, and be able to make our instruction reflect the curriculum in a creative way. Number 3, curricular provision to make effective use of new technologies in order to motivate and inspire students. Curriculum should be drawing the student towards the subject matter. It needs to be something that they're interested in, and it's got some depth to it that makes students want to learn. Number 5, opportunities for students to extend their learning outside of the formal curriculum. This would allow students to have real-world applications of concepts that are taught in the curriculum. That's very important. We talk about the curriculum that we want to ensure that the students are learning what they're being taught, not just instruction-wise, but what's happening in the curriculum on a bigger note. But they should be able to apply what they're doing outside of school. So, number 3, in Latin, curriculum is a racing chariot, and the word correre is meaning to run. Curriculum is about all the learning activities that are carefully planned and guided by the education institution involved and carried out by learners in groups or individually, in classroom or off-classroom context. As runners need a carefully crafted plan and guidance in advance, learning should be planned and guided in order to specify the target and methods to reach the desired learning outcomes. Curriculum is about defining or proposing which courses or subjects should be taken by students of a particular academic program. Professors preparing their assigned courses or subjects before the start of each semester, as well as providing learning outcomes that have a positive impact on the students. Basically, this was, what I took from this one was the guidance in learning, which brings me to my last slide. The summary: curriculum is necessary for effective instruction. Curriculum is what brings validity to our everyday classroom instruction. And curriculum is a teacher's guide to what is going to be taught. Thanks, guys.